If you want any chance at all of living a comfortable life, you want to make a ton of money, you want to have more time freedom, money freedom, and even location freedom, then the message I want to share with you right now in this video is you need to fail faster. What do I mean by that exactly? Well, you need to take more action, you need to stop overthinking, and you need to just focus on doing. If you make this if you can get in the habit of just taking massive amounts of action every single day without overanalyzing every step, without seeking the opinions of like 5 different people before you make your next move, without bragging about your goals or telling others like what your plans are, and you just keep your head down and just continue working on your craft, then you are naturally going to get better at what it is you're trying to do, and thus you're going to see results quicker. And so ultimately the thing that you want to aim for is data, right? So if you, for example, something like posting content, right? Which, a lot of people want to get into nowadays because, you maybe want to make money online and you want to, have location freedom. Well, one of the best things that you can do is you could do something like starting a YouTube channel, right? This might not be for everyone, by the way. I'm not saying that you should just start a channel, for instance, but this is one, really good example that I will give, right? So when you start a brand new channel and you think of a topic of a video to make, right? And you write a script and all that. No matter how much effort that you put into that video, no matter how great you try to make it look, or you have like a really nice edit, you spend all this time editing the video, or maybe you hire an editor, for instance. That's something that I used to do, many years ago, and I would, the videos looked really nice, but the issue is that, a hard truth that I've learned is you don't know how far the video is going to go out in the algorithm, right? So you could put, 24 hours worth of work into one video, thinking, okay, when I get this video out, it's gonna go mega viral. And this is regardless of what platform you're posting on, but you could put in all this effort. But if the video doesn't get shown to people, or if people don't care about the topic you're talking about, or maybe the thumbnail doesn't grab people's attention, then you put in all that work for nothing. And so in my case, when I first started creating content, this is a new YouTube channel that I'm building. So at the time of filming this video, I have 2 subscribers on this new channel, right? I'm posting a ton of videos endlessly, which I'll talk about, the benefit of why I'm going that route. But right now I have 2 subscribers. And so I've had 2 other YouTube channels prior to this. One of which got, is at like 12,000 subscribers, which I haven't really posted on in a while, and then my second one just got 2,000 subscribers just recently, as of like yesterday. And so both of those channels are in kind of like a more, I guess, niche group of audience. So it's more of like in the digital marketing type of space, because that's primarily what I do to make money. And so when I first started creating content on YouTube, I remember being super precise, right? So at the time, like right now I live currently alone. At the time I was living with my mom, my brother, my sister, and my mom's boyfriend. And so I was in like this really tiny house. I used to be very picky on how my videos would turn out, right? So I didn't like there being background noise in the videos. I lived in a very noisy environment, and I would make videos in the basement, really dark room, where there was not a lot of natural light. And so there'd be like the sound of the washing machine going. The pipe of the toilet was like right next to my bed. I felt very embarrassed about this situation, by the way. So whenever I would film my videos, I would have it to where my phone's pointing at the wall. But because the wall looked really ugly and you could tell it was a basement, I put like this tapestry behind me so that the videos would kind of look nice. And if anyone made any sound in the house while I was filming a video, like if someone dropped something and it made like a thud sound, I would literally stop the entire video, start the entire thing all over again. And that got really exhausting. And so although I was able to be consistent and I was able to, still post, pretty consistently, like on a daily basis, the problem was I was often putting in all this effort for nothing because those videos just were not getting pushed out. So on top of that, I also was very specific with how I scripted out my videos. If I stumbled upon a word that I wanted to say, I would start the entire video over thinking, okay, well, nobody's going to watch it if I fuck up my words, basically. And then on top of that, I would also hire an editor to edit all of my videos for me. And so eventually I was able to make a ton of videos that looked really good, but the problem was I was going in the red oftentimes. Like I was spending more money than I was making. I would get maybe a sale or two here and there, but it really was not enough to really justify the investment of time and money that I was putting in. So one concept that I started learning about, it's this term called retard maxing, and this term became popular by a YouTuber named Elisha Long. That's his name. He kind of coined the term. And when I started hearing the concept, and I started hearing like success stories of people talking about, the benefits of retard maxing. Basically what it is you are just taking massive amounts of action toward a specific goal. Then you're naturally going to see a lot more results. You're going to see a lot more results quicker compared to the overly analytical person like I was that overthought everything. And I was very self-conscious about every single move that I took. Now, on top of that, I've also made the mistake of before, like when I first got into the digital marketing space, like telling other people like what I was going for. And so whenever I first told like family members of mine, like, older, like, grandparents and stuff, they of course would tell me, why it wouldn't work, why it's not a good idea. It's a scam, it's risky. Don't fall for that, just go to university. And then that would often, kind of get in my head. And then I've also dealt with like, even like coworkers, in the past, like try and tell me like why what I was doing wouldn't work basically. And so ultimately the other thing is if you're going to take advice from anyone at all, you want to take advice from people who are either moving in the same direction as you or those that are at a position where you aspire to be at. And so I would say, if anyone, just only take advice from people who are in a position that you aspire to be. But even then, you are still better off taking massive amounts of action and just getting a good general idea on what's required versus overanalyzing every little thing that you should be doing, right? So going back to creating content, for example, I've recently started this new YouTube channel, and the purpose of this channel is for me to pretty much document how I am navigating the modern world that we're living in, right? So if this is your first time seeing me, then welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy some of the other topics that I have here. I'm pretty much talking about modern day living, corporate America, just trying to live comfortably as a young person, since I'm a 28-year-old guy right now. I'm currently living by myself right now, but I do intend on, I do want to go that traditional route. And I think most young guys do actually want that, despite everything that's happening right now. I believe most young guys do want to, follow in their footsteps and try to, get nice big place to live, get married, have kids. But with the way everything's going, it's just a lot harder to do. So, that's the whole purpose of this channel. And what I've started doing on this new YouTube channel since I've started it is I've decided I'm going to post multiple videos per day. So this sounds insane, and I don't know, I'm not saying this to toot my own horn in any way, but I don't really know that many other people that are posting multiple long form videos a day in the way that I am, right? So I've seen a few channels that post, 2 times a day across like 2 channels, but I think that's like the maximum amount that I've seen. In my case, on a previous YouTube channel, I was posting 3 long form videos every single day. And for instance, this is the 5th video that I filmed, just sitting in the same exact spot within like the past hour, basically. So I filmed 4 videos that I'm gonna post, that I'm gonna schedule for tomorrow, and then this is gonna be the first video of the next day that I'm gonna post. So I'm doing 4 videos per day on this new channel right now. Do I intend on doing that forever? No, not necessarily, but I'm mainly doing it because in the very beginning, I don't know exactly what topics are going to generate attention for me, right? So although I can get an idea by looking at other creators and getting an idea on what people want to see and seeing what videos are getting views and, taking that title and then making my own version of it, I don't exactly know what people will click on. Like, I don't know if that title and the thumbnail combination of just seeing me, like a still image, is going to get a click, right? So one other thing is I'm not, as of right now, I'm not doing any custom thumbnails. I'm literally just uploading the video as is. One other funny thing that I'll share is when I film these videos, I don't even film them with my camera roll on my phone. Instead, I use my Facebook account and I record all of my videos as a Facebook Live. So get this, I go on my Facebook profile, I go to create a post, I write the title of the video that I'm gonna record, I hit live, I tilt my phone sideways so it's landscape mode, and then before I go live, I hit it to where it says only me, to where only I can see that I'm live. Because I don't want people like commenting on these videos and like writing a bunch of stuff and then I gotta like stop and respond to people and then have to edit all that out. I want this to appear like it's a normal video. And so the reason why I do this is because what I've noticed over the years is when I film videos like this on my normal camera roll, it takes up a lot of space very quickly. And so oftentimes after like a few days, my entire storage will be full. Then I got to go through the process of clearing everything out, which is a whole other step that I don't want to take. And then the other thing is when I go to upload my videos to YouTube, I prefer uploading it from my desktop device, right? So then I gotta bring the video from my phone to Google Drive, then I gotta wait for it to go there, then I gotta go on my computer, and then, just a whole other step that I gotta wait. It takes forever, but with this approach, I could just finish the live and then immediately go on my PC and the video's already there. I can just download it. It's only takes up like a couple megabytes of space, and then I can just upload the video. And so maybe the video quality itself doesn't look as good, but the audio is still good enough, right? Where you could hear what I'm saying. And that's really the most important thing, is I get the message out there. I can record multiple videos a day easily without having to worry about deleting stuff. And then I can just, this is how I'm able to post a ton of videos pretty quickly. So I just think of a topic, hit record or hit go live. I speak for a couple minutes and then I post the video. And so I'm doing multiple of these per day right now because I want to see what takes off, and then I could double down on what works. And so this is really the best way, especially if you want to, eventually monetize the channel, whether that's with AdSense or with, promoting a product. This is really the simplest and safest way that anyone can make an income online. I believe it's the best way. So if you want to, monetize social media, then there is a free tip for you. So that being said, let me know your thoughts down below, what you think of this topic. The main message being that you need to fail faster, take action much quicker, because you will often see results quicker. And at the very least, you're going to figure out 100 different ways on how not to do something. The sooner you figure out what not to do, then that just narrows down, to less things that you could just pick one of those and then you could figure out what works. And so the benefit is you only need to be right one time. So for instance, when it comes to posting on YouTube again, the second you have one video that takes off, you might have multiple other videos that take off, because people who watch that one video, they might check out other videos and they might get value from your other takes. And then you could also double down on that one topic that gets you significantly more views. And then you just, give people what they want. So that being said, that is the message I want to put out there. And you could apply this concept for almost pretty much anything that you're going for, really. It doesn't just have to be content creation, but for working out, for dating, if you're approaching women, not all of them are going to say yes, no matter how confident you are, no matter how great of a speaker you are. So playing the numbers game is always the safest approach to getting what you want in the end. So hope you found this helpful. I think I've already said this, but share your thoughts down below. And if you want to check out the exact business model that I'm using to make an income online, then you can learn more about what I'm doing down below as well in the description. So check out that training if you want to see what I'm doing. And if you want to see how to monetize free social media without creating any products yourself, then that's what that pretty much goes over. So Hope you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Take care and all the best.